Together we'll conquer, no limits apply. Eclipse rising, shining so bright. With delusion leading, we'll conquer the night. Together we stand, in battles we fight. In dark Epoch, our future is right.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Delusions, and today we are wrapping up the introductions to our server merger, as well as stepping off into the arena to see what kind of new competition that we currently have. Now, we didn't place exactly where we wanted to in the last arena, which is understandable. Again, Porter's ENEDK is just that strong, guys. It is one monster of a class, and when it comes down to 1v1 combat, it is very hard to take him out. That being said, we do have a lot of new faces that are going to be offering us a lot of competition as we step into here. For those of you that haven't already, before we get started, feel free to hop into the Discord. I do always want to start live streaming my videos, and anything that I will end up putting on YouTube, I will do the recordings at the same time as the stream. So if you want to get a little bit of an early access play-by-play gameplay, then that is where you will find me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. We do not have any current placements, but we do have, like I said, a very powerful AGI Dark Wizard, 268 mil. Now, could potentially be overinflated CP, but it's looking like this person may know a little something about what they need to be doing. So we're going to test that theory, and looks like this is going to be one of those people that doesn't really like to share any of the Castle Siege loot, as they have so much of all of this stuff currently. But not here to judge people. We're here to make a name for ourselves. So we're going to back out real quick. We're going to go ahead and make sure that we get all of our buffs in. As you all know, this has become a staple in my routine and tradition of stepping off into the arena. As you can see here behind us, we've got Optical and Illusion, who are going to be able to supply us further with a little more buffs to kind of help push us over the edge. So we're going to go ahead and get prepped and ready for all of this as we go ahead and start rolling through our buffs. And then we're going to jump into our first match, going up against looks like a ENE Dark Lord. So we're going to go ahead and start prepping, getting all of our stuff ready. Again, we're going to hang back a little bit. We're going to wait until he gets a little bit closer. Go ahead and lock him in, allow us to be able to get some of that those reflect skills off of cooldown, or get them back onto cooldown, so that we're not sitting there fighting tooth and nail to try to contend with all of that reflect damage. But that'll wrap up round one for us. So we're going to continue to roll through with our buffs. Looks like we kind of jumped a little bit ahead on some of this, so it might take just a moment to get the ones that we need. It looks like we were able to pick that up. Don't know if it is too soon or too late on there. But again, we're coming off in here with another Dark Lord. More and more prominent as far as the in-game PvP goes. You see quite a few of these Dark Lords, and they are always going to be a favorite of mine. Now, since this is going to be the first day of the arena, don't expect to see a whole ton of super powerful players going up into this just yet, because there are no rankings currently. And then once we do gain our rankings, that's when we will start seeing more of a competition based around everything else. But just to give us a little bit of an extra edge, we are going to go ahead and use our arena coupons or arena tickets that we have been saving, um, just so that maybe we can scoot up a little bit ahead of everybody. So as we start getting ready to dive right back into the arena, again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in, and hopefully we're all able to take something away from this, learn a little bit as we go. As we finish up with some of these last buffs, we're going to kick it off going up against Knight. Didn't think that we would see him in on this server merge um, again, but nonetheless, always good to see and play with these guys, as they offer a lot of competition for us. And it may not seem like it now, but um, really bunch of great guys. But for those of you who do not know, I have made some upgrades to the Delusions account. Was able to pick up a new feathered companion in the form of the Sun and Moon Hawk. Was able to get a few levels on it, and so far I'm really liking it. Looks like we have another energy or E&E Dark Lord that we're going to be going up against. So we're just going to go ahead and camp out here in the back, go ahead and anticipate that stun, hopefully try to burst him down a little bit quicker. As you can see, our stuns are lasting a little bit longer than what they normally used to, which is a huge plus. And we're not getting locked down near as much. Now, this could be because of the fact that we are facing much weaker players, or it could potentially be um, that the improvements that I've made so far have just been that good. Again, it's a little too soon to tell, but rest assured it's going to be one that we are really going to be looking forward to testing out, especially against this person here. And always curious to fight people that are much higher than me. Looks like somebody has already lost to me already, so that spells pretty good for us. Um, but it looks like we have another E&E elf. This one here is going to be much stronger, it seems like. So yeah, it looks like they were able to pick up their newest tier 5 wings. As you can see, we were taking quite a bit of damage there coming off of the reflect. But we're not going to let that slow us down. We're going to allow ourselves to kind of gain a little bit more on the back end, collect a little bit of some of these stuns, go ahead and wrap that up with another win. Currently in rank 11, so not too bad. Not exactly where we want to be in terms of all of this, but trust the process. We'll end up making our way all the way up there. So as we continue on, pulling in more of our buffs here, we are going to go up against yet another Dark Knight, an energy variant at that. Reset our soldier. We're going to go ahead, allow us to go ahead and get some of these buffs going, and then we're going to rush in. So the reason why you see me hanging back so much when it comes down to facing these E&E Dark Knights is the simple fact that they do have a tendency on these defenses to where they will constantly burst through all of their skills, and as long as you can wait and get those on cooldown, then the rest of the match is going to be fairly simple for you in the long run. Um, because it doesn't matter what class you are, the Reflect is going to be your main opponent when fighting E&E Dark Knights. Um, so just a little fun tips that you can always kind of work around and pick up. And I know that most of you have seen me uh, use some of these tactics fighting in past arenas, and hopefully you'll learn some more going forward. Looks like we have another AGI elf this time. So we are going to go ahead and reset our soldier. Go ahead and get him down to 0 HP. While we know that's going to happen, we're going to rotate around because, again, they do have a lot of reflect. We are going to create a little bit of distance and then re-engage. This right here is going to allow us to bypass a little bit of some of that reflect and that immortality, so we can start it off a little bit fresher. As you can see, he's probably going to come in and be able to pull off a few stuns on us, depending on if we can keep him locked down long enough, in which we did. So it's pushing us up to world ranking number 6. So we're slowly making some progress. With just 7 more attempts to go, I really think that we are going to be in a pretty good spot as we come in up against another AGI Dark Wizard. This one's setting around 90 million CP. Gonna go ahead and reset our soldier, prep up and get ready. Once I see him come into range, now we will go ahead and start our offense. Again, working to hit that 0 HP property, create a little bit of distance, go ahead and reinitiate some of those stuns, so that we can go back through and start taking more of his health away. As you can see, it doesn't matter what class you currently play. Facing off against some of these wizards can spell trouble right out the gate, because it is not not an easy class to deal with, especially with how you cannot reflect any of the poison, and you're very prone to getting stun locked. But here is our biggest hurdle and our biggest challenge thus far in any arena season that we've ever faced, and that's going to be Kenzo. Now, a lot of you know Kenzo from the Road to Mastery series and through the Compendium. He is a super well built E&E Dark Lord, and he and I usually work pretty well together, but now it looks like we're going to be butting heads as we face off in the arena. And spoiler alert, don't get your hopes up. Chances are you're not going to see me at the top of the list on this arena season. But we're not going to give up, and instead we're going to step off into the ring with another strength Dark Lord, and try to get a little warm up going for before we face off against Kenzo at some point. I know it's coming, and yeah, not really looking forward to it. He and I go back and forth in corpse all the time, um, and it just is not the greatest to know that his whole account is built around killing elves. Um, So if you're ever looking for a good Dark Lord build that is specifically designed to kill me, well, Kenzo's got you covered. Because trust me, I have wasted way too many diamonds losing to him. But with that being said, still going to be running through these buffs and diving in, just waiting for that point to where we are going to face off. But as you saw before, Sulfurate, that big AGI Dark Wizard, we are now going to go ahead and face off against her or him. Just depends. I don't really know what to call them. Haven't dealt with them too much. But we're locked down pretty good, so we're going to have to create some distance. Not looking super good for us on this. As you can see, that poison just deletes me just almost instantly. And this time here is not going to be any different. It's going to be hard for us to really gain a lot of ground to make a little distance between ourselves and them. Um, and who knows, maybe I'll actually be able to get to a point where I can reset some of my set treasure stuff, but probably not anytime soon. And I can already tell that this is going to be how this arena is going to be faced off. These players here have a much higher level than I do, so I'm already stepping into this at a disadvantage. Not to mention the CP as we look at Kenzo here, 280 million. I'm really surprised that he's not up there at 290 to 300 by now. Looks like he too was able to pick up his seventh wings or his tier 5 wings, which is always super cool to see the Dark Lord variants because I do like the capes. Um, all the more reason for me to switch back at some point. But we still have matches to go, 4 and to be exact. So we still have time to lose more as we face off against Kenzo. Um, Again, super powerful class. Not really sure how to contend against him without really just kind of jumping in there right out of the gate. Didn't even have a whole lot of time to use my get out of jail free card. Wasted a couple stuns there, and right into more stuns. So, yep, that's all she wrote for me on those two. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to come back through and pull off a win somewhere else. Um, but again, we've got a lot of growing to do, and for all of those that are just hell-bent on saying that E&E Elf is going to be the best class in the game as far as PvP, um, you're sadly mistaken, guys, because it is not. There's always going to be a bigger fish. But we'll go ahead and try to wrap up this fight here. Um, Try to get us a little bit recovered from what we just went through. We'll step into the iron ranking. And to be honest, I probably shouldn't be pushing this high, um, but it is always extremely nice to be able to gain some of this. And while we're here, we're going to take a quick look at the newest ring, Power of Cancer. That is just very poorly worded. Um, when inflicting strike ignoring damage, 30% chance to activate Titanic Strike. The next attack inflicts 150% damage, or 150% skill damage, and has a 50% chance to stun for 1 second. So we are definitely going to be utilizing this one. It's just going to be hard to figure out where to place it. Because as you can see, we can come back. Yeah, we'll have to find a spot for that one. But we still have matches to go. We still have arena attempts to go ahead and lose to. We are already down 2 losses out of 12. So now we get to go through and contend with another Dark Wizard. Looks like this one's a little bit more easier to manage, hopefully. Just have to remind ourselves to stay out of the poison. even though that's a lot easier said than done. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Next class should be a wizard. Try that out. As far as big class change goes, let me know in the comments or reach out to me and kind of give me a little bit of feedback, because I could definitely use it. Really think it'd be fun to try something different. Um, but don't get used to seeing this site right here with me being in the #1 spot, because I can promise you it's not going to last very long, and I would not have that outside of using so many arena attempts. Um, but it is nice to know that I can rank with some of these guys, and I just need to figure out a little bit more on the back end on how to handle Kenzo, as well as how to handle some of these stronger wizards. Because I do think that I can win. It's just going to take a little bit more strategy and probably a whole lot of garnets to really put me in a better place to contend with all of their stuns and passive damage as well. So hopefully this was able to give everybody an idea of what we currently are dealing with. Um, let's go ahead and take a look at the rankings. As you can see, I'm sitting at 1,415 points. But really nice to know that I can now go through and PvP with Kenzo and this new wizard to see if we can strike up any new information on how to deal with these. 132 million health on this. I'm assuming that this person just has not missed an event yet. Yeah, not looking like it. All about the cores. Yeah, every single one. Except for the 7th set, yeah, just because we haven't had an event for it. But no, kudos to these guys. Hopefully, I'm able to do a little bit more damage and really make a name for ourselves here. Again, I don't see it lasting very long. But thank you all for giving this a watch. I know that this video has gone on for quite a bit of time, 25 minutes. Wow. Um, but yeah, if you'd like to participate in any of the new additions and stuff that I have coming to the compendium, feel free to reach out. We are also trying to find different ways to better the Discord as well as get the community more involved. So if you have any ideas on that front, please feel free to let me know, reach out, drop in, and who knows, maybe we can all work together and push some things along. But with that being said, thanks again, guys. I am Delusions, and I am out. Take care.
So raise your sword high, let's claim our fame. With every boss fallen, we'll carve our name.